Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Human beings, yes, today we are going to look at one of our greatest stakeholders in the beauty of life while we are here on Mother Planet Earth. Mother Planet Earth is a very, very big stakeholder in life. Mother Planet Earth is a very, very, very big stakeholder in the beauty of life to humans. That way, the obligation or celestial obligation commanded or demanded of men and women, is to plant trees. Plant trees because in the present time, there has been a very hard time which has gone on for quite some time, but we won't go into that for now. But what I want to say is plant trees. In Islam, you are demanded of your celestial obligation of dispensing peace and harmony to the environment, because she's a very, very honorable mother, honorable stakeholder in you being healthy. But the obligation of planting trees is to you men and women. Because in Islam, Allah says that the only way you can guarantee an inheritance to your children, future children or future generations, and good health to both your souls as well as to both good health to yourselves, is by planting trees. Many of you wake up every day, and I'll remind you that you are all living Muslims living on Mother Planet Earth. But as soon as you wake up, within a 10 minutes, you think of what is going to put in your stomach. What will make you be able either to sustain you, take you through the early hours of the day. You know why? That's when I come in with banging my drum, say, plant trees, plant fruit trees. Plant trees. 50 fruit trees. If you wake up and you have a garden somewhere near you, in your own garden, where you have 10 trees, a papaya tree, a coconut tree, a mango tree, an apple tree, you name any fruit you can think of. As soon as you wake up, you just look and you'll be able to get that fruit that you desire on that very day without any difficulty, because it's you planted them. It's your contribution to your children's well-being as well as to the environment, because you're planting a fruit tree, let it be 1 or 10 or 50 or whatever. There's in it an environmental duty for the ecosystem of the environment to apply its application of diffusing, removing the gravity metallic elements that hanging up in the atmosphere, which may cause hard breathing when men cannot breathe. When there's so much gravity electrical elements are metal thing, that the human body has no mechanism to process or to turn them into something useful to human. Instead, when there are so much of it in the air, it causes wounds in the lungs. But if you have many trees all over the place. The environmental ecosystem uses those trees as a recycling application to reduce the green, they call it green gas, but the green whatever, but that's the only way that men can help the environment while they are helping themselves for the environment to cool down. Because what men have been saying that global warming, climate change, yes, any metal element up here in the sky, which you ordinary eyes cannot see, if it's touched by the electrical whatever of the sun, it can be flammable. They're flammable. You can, that's why you're able to see what you call light. These electrical gravity elements that are in the sky are very flammable. If they hang up here and whatever, they'll be boiled. If the sun comes, whatever, they will heat. Imagine if you were to heat a steel bar and you put it in there, whatever. If you put it there to kind of become reddish. If it become reddish, if you take it out and put it there, it will take time to cool down, to come to go to the heat or whatever, the fire to come out of it. But if you have to plant, that's applied. I'm trying to show that the metallic gravity elements which are hanging in the upper sky, in the near space, and as well as in the ocean floors, are very, very, very flammable. And the ocean themselves doesn't have the mechanisms to process those metallic gravity elements. If there are too much of it in the ocean, they create what we call a silt, a floor lining. They lie on the floor of the ocean, and they start producing what we call a greenish algae. So when they produce that greenish algae, the algae comes on the surface of the ocean. And in between the floor of the ocean and the whatever is the metallic boiling in there. It produces a gas called methane, similar to methane. Methane is a very, very flammable gas. Very, very flammable. It can catch fire at any given time. Even human beings, if too much of it, you wouldn't be able to breathe. You wouldn't be able to breathe. So, with the metallic gravity elements in the air, as well as the gas that is produced of the oceans and whatever, that's when you have the heat that sits on every part of this planet, whereby men say global warming, climate change, because you men and women of modern time, you did not adhere, you did not do your part, which was to plant trees. Had you took on the obligation or the celestial obligation, which demands every one of you to plant trees, the global warming thing wouldn't have occurred at all. But when we looked at what brought about this, many of you, I remind you that in the last 11 centuries, every capital investment of men and women was in either I'm a doctor or an engineer, an atomic nuclear engineer. Those are things which are very derogative to the integrity of the environment, of their own self. Even when you sat in parliaments, you did not give a damn about the agriculture sector. When budgets of governments were being thrown onto the table, agriculture wasn't even, it was never mentioned in some governments. Take, for instance, government like the government of Kenya, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, because they expect the whatever donations. They tell their MPs, you can demand for our donations from America, from the whatever aid. They call it USAID, US aid. So they never gave a damn about anything about their own agriculture incentives, produce what, and to contribute to the reduction of excessive metallic or gravity elements in the upper sky, as well as in the near space, as well as in the oceans and lakes. So with that, the obligation, the celestial obligation, which is demanded of men and women to plant trees, because the only way, men and women, you can guarantee an inheritance to your children or future generations is by planting trees. Haven't you come across women carrying baskets of mangoes and what have you to sell? Or boys carrying baskets of coconut or whatever to sell? But while they're doing that, this generation has never taken any opportunity to plant any of those trees from which these mangoes are being harvested to be sold for money to buy either clothes for their mother, for the mother or her children and what have you. Those trees were planted by men who were wise, your ancestors. So today, Madame came out loud. She's saying to human beings, plant trees, 50 trees, fruit trees, that's for your own use, so that you can harvest a papaya, an orange, an apple, a mango, for your own consumption. Vegetables, onions. You live in houses, most of you. You can plant a line of, like you design your home, instead of putting flowers, you can design your villa with these polythene bags that you carry everywhere. You put soil in it, put put a seed of either onion or cabbage, whatever, and keep watering it until it grows and is enough for you to eat it. And it's organic and beautiful for you to eat, something that you've looked at, whatever. Like that, but you put a line of onions, a line of carrots, a line of around your own compound, so that you help yourself to live at least, if not 99% of your own normal beautiful life. Let it be 3%. If you plant a few vegetables on your veranda and you harvest them every morning, you make a glass of carrot juice and milk. That will make your immune system, every sense in your body, very, very alert of what is going on around. Your children are required, let me tell you, my people, if you're to have a garden of carrots and you give a glass of fresh carrot juice to your child before she goes to school every morning, that will make her immune system, her senses, her eyes, because what carrots do is they are very, very, very powerful way to reduce that, they call it fire, the thing that you look at dusk when the sun is going down. There's something that looks like a fire sometimes when the horizon looks as if it's lit with fire. If you're to have carrots in every compound, in every house, that whatever metallic elements are brought into by the ecosystem into the carrot. And if you give the carrot to the child, instead of those metallic elements hanging there in the sky, they'll be eaten by your own children. And they'll give you health, because they're supposed to give you health, not to harm you, but the hours of the day. You know why? That's when I come in with banging my drum, saying, plant trees, plant fruit trees, plant trees, 50 fruit trees. If you wake up and you have a garden somewhere near you, in your own garden, where you have